What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Meta, it's down 0.26%, and look at right here on Meta. Thursday, we saw a massive rally up to 307, again getting rejected and coming all the way down to 292. Dip buyers buying up the dip, pushing the price higher and closing at 298.67. And look at what happened Friday. Again, we got a lot more selling right here above 300. And then Meta came back down, gave away all the gains, just like Apple stock, and now closing right here, right at the support 298. Now going into tomorrow, guys, Meta right here, blue line 5 SMA, it needs to hold 298. If not, it's coming down here to 294.39 and then 290. And below 290, you're going to see Meta going all the way down to 281 and possibly down to 276. Now, Meta so far, I would say it's trying. It's trying to break out of this downtrend and also getting that breakout above 300. But so far, multiple times failing at 300, getting above slightly, but coming down and closing under 300. So if you're bullish on Meta, you want to see Meta closing above 300, and that would be more bullish on Meta for more upside, possibly up to 307.26, 307.26, and then 316. On Apple stock, it's up 0.35%. So Friday, Apple stock went all the way up to 180.24. And as you can see on my screen right here, 180, a big resistance on Apple stock. And I talked about it before in my video, how this white line, 20 SMA, will be a big resistance to break. And only above this level, you're going to see Apple closing this gap right here at 181.47. Unfortunately, we saw a lot more selling on Friday. Apple stock was green, close to 1.5%, 2%, and then gave away all the gains, only up 0.35%. So going into tomorrow morning, Monday, watch this big support 177, because if that gives up, we could be coming all the way back down to 170 on Apple stock. Also above 177, we could see Apple again going back up to 180, and soon as 180 breaks, we could see Apple closing this gap right up here, 181.47, and above that, watch out for a move up to 183 and then 186.29, red line 50 SMA. So just be prepared for that on Apple stock. And also you got CPI, PPI, all that is coming. So this is going to be a jam-packed week here in the stock market, guys. On AMD, it's down 0.5%, and it's not holding this mini uptrend. As a matter of fact, Thursday gapping down and Friday going back up to close that gap and getting rejected instantly right here, and then coming down and not even holding 106.92. So AMD now sitting below all these moving averages right here on this daily chart, and that is not bullish. AMD breaks below 105, you're going to see a flush all the way down to flat 100. Now AMD needs to break above, I would say right here, white line 20 SMA, 106.92, 108.44, and above that you could see a move all the way up to 110.88 to 113. Until AMD breaks above, I would say 108.44, AMD can come down all the way down to flat 100. So be careful with AMD buying this dip here. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.28%, and Amazon finally getting that close just over 138, which is bullish for next week. So Amazon can hold 138. You're going to see a push up to this upper Bollinger Band right here, 140.42, and this Bollinger Band slowly expands all the way up to 146. that is going to be the next stop on Amazon. Now, also, we do have some resistance right here around 143, but Amazon's sitting at 138, so we got a lot more work to do on Amazon. This Bollinger Band has to expand all the way up to 143, 146, so it's going to take some time unless we get that big move here on Amazon all the way up to 140 or possibly even 143. Then Amazon stock will get overbought and this thing will come down again. So you don't want to see that. You want to see this Bollinger Band expands all the way up to 143 to 146, and that is the healthy way to move higher on Amazon. Also, 138 so far barely holding on Friday. So 138 is going to be key level. And just below that, we also have support 135.82, white line 20 SMA. As soon as that gives up, down here 133.56, red line 50 SMA, and then the gap below right here around 130. On Google stock, it's up 0.73%. Now, the expected move for next week on Google stock, I think it's over $4 or close to $4. So we could see Google stock going all the way up to 140 plus. Now, this one here, unlike Amazon, look at this Bollinger Band expanded all the way up to almost 140. So that is going to be the next target on Google stock right here at 140. Now, to the downside, so far, we got that breakout, came back, retested right here, 135 is a support, and now it's going back up. Now, on a pullback, you want to watch 136.46 and then 135 at key level of support on Google stock. Because if that gives up, it's coming all the way down to 132.84. Above 135, you're going to see 140 plus on Google. And Microsoft is up 1.32%. Now, this one definitely looking bullish, and Microsoft wants to run higher. Now, also keep that in mind. This Bollinger Band on top needs to expand, and so far, getting rejected by this Bollinger Band, getting up to 336 and then coming down and closing at 334.27. But also, guys, it's holding above all the moving averages right here on this daily chart, and especially holding red line 50 SMA. 332.64, and that's gonna be a key level to watch tomorrow. Now, if that gives up, we also have support down here around 330, 327.72, 325, and this is gonna be the last big level of support on Microsoft that Microsoft needs to hold on a pullback. Now, above right here, red line 50 SMA, 332.64. You could easily see a move all the way up to 339 and then the gap above 345.07. On Nvidia, stock is down 1.45%, and this is where experience comes in here in this market. Now, I don't have a piece of paper. I'm not going and looking at TrendSpider or even unusual whales, and also some folks that are tweeting on X saying that CEO selling and it's all fraud and everything. I said it before on this big jump, not on the last earnings, the one before that. CEOs lying, and I mean, there's so many other companies out there. I'm not saying Nvidia is a bad company, don't get me wrong, but this mega jump, this mega pump on Nvidia was all, a big pump to sell on top. And this is how I knew it. I didn't see a piece of paper. I wasn't looking even anywhere to see if the CEO is selling or anything. I predicted that because based on my experience from this market, I know how, whenever you see something like this, going up a big way, there is somebody, something, big investors, CEO, insiders behind the stock, buying and buying, buying and buying. And that is why you saw that mega pump. And now you're going to see a mega dump. Is it going to happen in one day? Absolutely not. You have to be patient. So this one here, guys, Nvidia. Now everyone coming out and talking about it, but did you short Nvidia here? Are you shorting here? I'm short, still holding my position. It was up 40%. It was down like 2%, and now again up close to 40%. I'm going to hold, and I think Nvidia can come down even more. And if somehow Nvidia takes out 400, you're going to see a quick flush all the way down to 306 to close this gap and it's going to get closed at some point on Nvidia. Now, don't get me wrong, like I said, I like the company. I'm not with this big move to the upside in a quick time. Any company, it takes time. I mean, look at this jump. We have seen these stocks going up like this before and then crushing and coming down. So what goes up must come down. I'm not saying it's going to come down to, 200, but I think if I say 300, that is a fair value on Nvidia stock, and we could see that in near future. Not tomorrow, not this week. So don't get me wrong. Going into tomorrow on Nvidia, this is gonna be key level to watch. 451 red line, 50 SMA, and also the resistance on top. 461 white line, 20 SMA. 461 breaks, you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 474 and then 482 again. Below 481, watch out for this channel right here, and that is around 443. And if that gives up, down here this gap 435.78 will get closed on Nvidia. So here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. And I just want to have you guys, take a screenshot right here, weekly expected moves for all these products next week. We got a big week coming, guys. So if you want to take a screenshot, or you can go and look at my X account, and you'll find these expected moves right on my X account. And like I said, I do post a lot of things, and there is no subscription or anything you have to go through to get all those information on my X account. On Netflix, we got a flat day. So Friday, Netflix again ran close to 450, 446.81, came down, took out 444, blue line 5 SMA, and then now holding close to 443, and that is also a strong support on Netflix right here. So going into tomorrow, guys, 443 cannot hold, and we cannot move back up to the upside and break 450. You're going to see Netflix coming down to 432.98 and then possibly even lower down to 425. Now this thing is still looking bullish, and I think we could possibly see some more upside, but we need that breakout, and now it needs to get over 444 and then 450. Upper Bollinger Band also expanding all the way up to 454. So I think soon as we get that breakout above 450, you're going to see some upside in the short term, and then in next few weeks, possibly up to even 470 to close this gap all the way here on top. Now, only time this thing breaks below 425, then it's not going to play out to the upside. You're going to see more downside down to 419. And if that gives up, all the way down here at 406. On Tesla stock is down 1.19%, and look at this move on Tesla, exactly to the pennies almost, down to the support on Friday 246.39, 246.67 low for the day, and then going back up and holding 246 as a support into closing. Now I talked about it before with this big leg up here on Tesla that now we could see a lot more consolidation. This could turn into a bull flag, and then somehow Tesla breaks 262. You're going to see a massive rally to close that gap on top around 290, and we could be setting up for that on Tesla. Now keep that in mind. You need to watch the breakout before going long on Tesla. So far, just consolidating right here. And if this thing breaks below 240, it's not going to happen. It's not going to play out to the upside. You're going to see more downside below 240. So this is going to be a key level to watch on a pullback. And next week we got, Apple event, CPI, PPI, so anything can happen, guys. 246 and 240 key level to watch on Tesla tomorrow and this whole week. Below 240, this thing will come down and possibly will close this gap down here at 217.58. Now Tesla breaks above right here, 250.68 tomorrow. You're going to see a quick trip up to 252, 256, and then 262. And above 262, that would be a breakout on Tesla for a massive move all the way up to 290.